Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for those who have come to the clinic. Thank you for those who are attending online. Some of you already know me, some don't know me. This workshop, somebody was asking me, पहली बार कर रहे हो? Actually, I've been doing this for years together. And before Mumbai Marathon, I always do one because अभी marathon season चालू हो गया है. So, just see ना. Hi, come, have a seat. So this workshop, I'm gearing it towards Mumbai Marathon. However, अभी सब marathons चालू है, VV आएगा, Navy है. There are a lot of everything is now leading up to Mumbai Marathon. So this is a good time because the closer you are to the marathon, अगर कुछ injury है तो फिर बहुत कम time बचता है आपके पास to take preventive action, which is why I planned this workshop here. I have done it for years together. Last year भी exact same किया था. This workshop में, however, when I took the registration, I saw there were a lot of new people also who have joined. And just one second.
So today you are already occupied.
Yeah. So we'll call you.
Sure.
Is that okay?
Okay.
Just put your details down. Okay, so very quickly, brief introduction about myself for those who are new. I saw some of you are already part of some running group and some of you are not. Now, those of you who are part of a running group, I'm assuming that you are getting some kind of guidance from a coach, a senior runner, somebody is helping you, right? Still, sometimes there are a lot of things that can either get missed, or if you have like a problem come up, then you don't know how to address that. So that's why this session. And I will address all the questions that have come in the group as much as I can today. लेकिन all day today I will be doing this only. For example, आज के session में अगर वो question आपका answer नहीं हुआ है after the session, when I get free by 2:30, because I have patients after the session also, I will address all these questions. Okay. So those attending online, please tell me if you can hear me well. Am I audible to you? Can you see me well? Can you see the PPT properly? Can somebody tell me the responses, if any have come? Working fine? Okay. Responses in the group, can somebody tell me? Responses that have come in the group? ये एक बार देखो ना क्या हो रहा है. ओके. हाँ ऐसा ना, ठीक. What's your name?
Yes.
Oh, I said it was still one, na? Ah, then it's fine. Okay, all right. So let's get started. Can people hear me? Messages hai group mein? Can hear. Okay, great. Okay, quick introduction about myself for those who are new to me. अभी तुम लोग बंद कर दो नहीं तो वो echo होते रहेगा.
Can you share this link with you?
Yeah, you can share. Share. No problem. All right. So let's start. Quick introduction about myself. I'm Dr. Rajni Patil. I'm a spine and sports physiotherapist. My initial days of practice were in the US. I was in the US for 10 years, but I also worked with athletes, and then last, 13, 14 years, I've been here in Mumbai. I've always been based here in Shivaji Park. Shivaji Park is where I practice. And this clinic, I was in a little bit smaller clinic before this. A year and a half ago, I moved to the bigger clinic so that I would be able to offer better preventive services for my athletes, which are my runners, cyclists. Of course, we see all sports, but running is my passion. So I love treating runners. I run some as well. And Mumbai Marathon is one of those big things that for us, because we get a lot of runners who get injured very close to Mumbai Marathon. So we take it as a personal challenge कि आपको TMM भगाना ही है without pain. Okay, so that's, and so far in all these years of treating runners, there has not been a single runner who has not been able to complete TMM without pain, especially if they've done treatment with us. But why I want to do this session is not, I want to avoid you having to go through any treatment. I want you to be able to prevent, जो भी आने वाला होगा सब prevent हो सकता है, आप अच्छे से भाग सकोगे without any pain, ये सब possible है अगर आपको पता है do's and don'ts क्या है, right? So now in this clinic we offer gait analysis, which I'm conducting next week, next weekend rather. We do sports massage for runners, which is highly recommended. I know a lot of runners who don't do sports massages. We do sports nutrition. Hi Prashant. We do sports nutrition as well for runners. Again, a neglected aspect. So there are a lot of things that we do offer here in the clinic. We look at your posture, how you run, and try to help you fix that, right? So let's get started. Thank you all of you who have come here, taking the effort. Those attending online, if you have any questions, please put it in the group. Do not put it in the chat of YouTube. वहां पे मुझे कमेंट्स नहीं दिखेंगे अभी. If you put it in the group, I will be able to answer. My team member will read out the questions and I will tell you. Let's try to get through the PPT because there are a lot of queries that have come on the group and I want to address them. So, you as a runner, what are you guys running? Just quickly tell me, are you doing half or full for Mumbai? Half. Any fulls? Full. Full. So, half. Okay, so in the group also please tell me if you're running half or full because sometimes थोड़ा फर्क पड़ता है. A full marathon is not the double of half marathon. It's 4-5 times more than a half marathon. Please understand that. So kudos to those who are doing fulls. But Prashant, I know very well, he will fly through the full. So no issues in that. But it all depends on how you've trained and how well you've taken care of your body. Whether you know as a runner, आपके deficits क्या है. So you as a runner, what do you want to do? You want to stay fit, you want to have fun, you want to post on social media, you want to get your PB. These are the things that excite you and motivate you. However, once an injury comes, and injury ऐसे बड़ा word लगता है ना, but it doesn't have to be like a big thing. Injuries, runners को लगता है कि कुछ बड़ा होना चाहिए, ऐसा नहीं है. If a pain starts when you run, every single run में थोड़े mileage के बाद अगर pain start होता है तो ये running injury है. Okay, and we will discuss a little bit about each of those because queries all the running injuries की आ चुकी है. So I will be addressing all of those, right? Okay. So the gait cycle, I'm not going to go into a lot of details about this. However, आपको gait cycle का पता होना चाहिए as a runner. At some point, at every single point, your body weight is always on one leg. It's never on both legs together simultaneously. कभी नहीं होता है वो. In the gait cycle, your one leg is always in contact with the ground and the other leg is off the ground. Which means what? आपकी strength training has to be really good. You should be doing unilateral drills. Why? Because वो एक पैर एकदम stable होना चाहिए, strong होना चाहिए. अगर वो नहीं है, तो that's where the injuries start to happen. Okay. Now these are the injuries that typically we see. Majority you can see it is the runner's knee. PPT ठीक से दिख रहा है. You can see that runner's knee tops the chart. बराबर है. Now this is global statistics. But if you see, कहीं भी देखो, इंडिया में भी देखो, मुंबई में भी देखो, knee pain सबसे ज्यादा आता है runners का. And then the minute knee pain happens, runners sometimes panic. कि क्या हो गया, chondromalacia patella हो जाएगा, arthritis हो जाएगा मुझे, will I need to go through replacement? All those questions come in your mind, correct? So I will give you a little bit of detail about runner's knee also can be distinguished into two parts. There are red flags that you should be aware of. For example, if you are running and the knee pain starts, as you keep running with mileage, if the knee pain is reducing, what does that mean? It means that it is not such a big issue. It just means that your body was not warmed up, your knee was not warmed up enough because the pain went away the minute your body warmed up. That's same for any pain that arises when you run. However, जैसे mileage बढ़ती है, if the pain is not allowing you to run beyond a certain point, कि pain जितना आप भागोगे ज़्यादा उतना ज़्यादा pain बढ़ रहा है, तो that's definitely one of the signs that you need to stop and take care of it, right? That's a red flag for sure. Runner's knee, Shin splints also a lot of people have asked me about. We will cover that. ITB is pain on the outer side of the knee. Knee के बाहर की side पे जो pain आता है, that is called ITB. Some of these can be very stubborn. For example, अगर shin splints चालू हुआ है, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis, these are things that when runners को होता है, if you early on don't take care, जितना ज्यादा ये क्रॉनिक होगा उतना ज्यादा डिफिकल्ट होगा रिवर्स करने को. So if you take away one thing from today's session, it should be that whatever pain that you are experiencing today, whether it's cramps also, whatever it is that you're experiencing today, you should take some active steps from today onwards so that closer to marathon you're not panicking. ओके तो वो प्रॉब्लम्स अब भी रिजॉल्व करो. डोंट वेट कि हाँ देखते हैं क्या होता है. ऑफ कोर्स सम ट्रीटमेंट सॉल्यूशंस आई एम गोइंग टू गिव यू, ट्राई दैट फर्स्ट, बट इफ इट डजंट वर्क 1 वीक 10 days मैंने जो बताया वो कर रहे हो आप, फिर भी कुछ नहीं हो रहा है, तो यू मस्ट सी अ स्पोर्ट्स फिजियो. Okay, now I don't want to talk so much about injuries in general. Let's talk about put a message in the group. Please mute your phones. I think there is some background noise. Okay, let's talk about marathon. What are your concerns leading up to Mumbai Marathon? Here, anybody wants to tell me? What are you worried about right now? Marathon में ऐसा होगा तो मैं क्या करूँगा? What is that concern that you have? What is it that you want to know? There has to be a reason why you registered, na? Cramps. Pain on the outer side of the knee. Heel pain, Achilles tendonitis, plantar fasciitis. Got it. Okay, so answers have come. Cramps. A lot of people are asking me about cramps. So let me just address that first and foremost. If you are the type who cramps a lot, okay, there are different body types, na? Some people do 100 kilometers hell race करते हैं, उनको एक cramp नहीं आएगा, right? But some people will do a 10K and उनको cramp आ जाएगा. Why? Because there are many factors for cramp. So let me tell you what you need to be addressing. First and foremost, do a blood test and figure out if your electrolytes are okay. So it's a simple blood test that shows you serum electrolytes करके check करना है. Check your magnesium, check your vitamin D and B12. So I'm sure you guys are doing. But for cramping, majority, the major test that you need to be doing is serum electrolytes, right? And for runners, there is a blood work panel that should be done. If you're interested, I can put it in the group later. वो करा लो अभी तुरंत, because you will understand internally how well you are positioned, right? So if your electrolytes are imbalanced, मतलब क्या, sodium potassium is off, not properly balanced, then you have to pay attention to extra electrolytes. Dehydration can be a factor for cramps, we know that, but research is now showing us more and more that सिर्फ dehydration से cramps नहीं आते. Okay, so first वो part आप खुद से करो. लेकिन अगर समझो उस पे भी नहीं जा रहा है, then what are the other factors? The second factor is trigger points in the calf. Most of the cramps happen where? Calf only, na? Right? Calf. Why do calf cramps happen? Because, again, two reasons for that. One, you're not using your glutes and your core to run. You're using your calf to run. So calf overuse हो रहा है. Right? वो आपके रनिंग पैटर्न में आपको समझेगा अगर आप चेक करोगे वो. लेकिन अगर आपका काफ टाइट है, अगर आप ओवर यूज कर रहे हो, उसको स्ट्रेच नहीं कर रहे हो, फोम रोल नहीं कर रहे हो, then that's a sure reason for why the calf is stiff, tight and gradually उसमें trigger points build होने लगते हैं. So what we do for our runners who are prone to calf cramping, we make sure that one, they do the blood work and we fix the electrolytes. Second, we make sure that the calf is completely relaxed. अगर काफ रिलैक्स्ड है, स्ट्रेचिंग करो, फोम रोलिंग करो. कभी कभी हमको नीडलिंग करना पड़ता है, ड्राई नीडलिंग, टू मेक श्योर दैट द नॉट्स गो अवे, बिकॉज समटाइम्स कितना भी फोम रोल करो, अगर बहुत सालों से आपके वो नॉट्स है तो वो जाते नहीं है अपने आप, वो नीडलिंग करना ही पड़ता है. नीडलिंग टेपिंग इज आर ग्रेट ऑप्शंस फॉर रनर्स अर्ली ऑन. Okay, immediately karo so that it goes away, then you continue and maintain with foam rolling and stretching. Now, so that was the second reason. Third reason for cramps is on race day, of course there is anxiety. जो ट्रेनिंग में करते हैं और जो उस दिन पे मैराथन के डे पे there is some anxiety that comes with it. So what happens, आपने प्रैक्टिस अच्छे से की है, ट्रेनिंग में अच्छे से आपने हाफ मैराथन की ट्रेनिंग जितनी 18-20 किलोमीटर जो करना था आपने कर लिया, लॉन्ग रन आपके अच्छे से हो रहे हैं, बट ऑन रेस डे दैट एंजाइटी कम्स कि अरे इतना हो गया है, मेरा हुआ नहीं है अब तक, नाउ एट द एंड व्हाट एम आई गोइंग टू डू. सो योर पेसिंग टेक्निक चेंजेस. व्हाट रनर्स विल डू, या तो स्टार्टिंग में दे विल ट्राई टू रन फास्ट, ट्राई टू डू like a higher pace in the beginning, उसमें गड़बड़ होती है. सो वट एवर योर ट्रेनिंग प्लान हैज बीन, आपके लॉन्ग रन में जो आप पेस रखते हो, जैसे आप स्पिट करते हो उसी हिसाब से करो. कुछ नया उसमें ट्राई मत करना कि पीबी नहीं आएगा इसलिए मैं फास्ट थोड़ा ट्राई करता हूँ, उसमें क्रैम्प जरूर आएगा. ऑल्सो गोइंग अपहिल डाउनहिल, मोस्ट पीपल से पैडल रोड it starts, the cramping starts there. Lot of runners have said that. Okay, so sometimes it doesn't happen during, when you're coming down the cramp will hit. So what is the solution for that? That means that the calf is overused already abhi tak, and by now because the calf is overused and the minute you're going to come down, you're doing fast, the cramp is going to hit. If you are prone to cramps, I would say on your inclines and declines do a slow jog or walk agar cramps bahut strong hai to. Okay, so these are the factors for cramps. Questions?
So you're saying while coming down also we should not run at faster speed?
That actually, if you run, हाँ, so everybody is very individual. I know runners जो नीचे आते वक्त उनको cramp ज्यादा आता है because you've gone up, you've used the calf a lot, when you're coming down it starts to settle, cramp aayega, right? So everybody is very different, but I would say if you are very very prone to cramps on your hills, just take it easy. जब भी incline decline है, practice अच्छे से वहाँ की है और वहाँ cramps नहीं हुए तो then it's okay, right? You don't need to do that, but make sure these factors are taken care of. Immediately blood work karo. I will send you the blood work kya karna hai. If you want to share it with me, I'm happy to take a look at it. Okay, all right. Now a lot of people ask me about strength training routine kya hona chahiye abhi. So leading up to Mumbai Marathon, obviously you are doing lot of strength work now, correct? Am I right? Please tell me. Yeah, strength work has to be done now. Closer to the race, you are going to do more mobility work. आपके टेपरिंग फेज में आप मोबिलिटी ज्यादा करोगे, स्ट्रेंथ कम करोगे. अभी आप स्ट्रेंथ ज्यादा करोगे. Am I clear? Okay. Now every runner is very different. So I peg my runners into 2 categories. और सब बहुत क्लियरली उस कैटेगरी में बैठते हैं रनर्स. आपका कैटेगरी क्या है आपको पता होना चाहिए. इफ यू डोंट नो, स्पोर्ट्स फिजियो सच एज माई सेल्फ कैन इवेल्युएट एंड टेल यू व्हाट कैटेगरी यू फिट इन. व्हाट आर दोज 2 कैटेगरीज? ईदर यू आर स्ट्रॉन्ग, वेरी स्ट्रॉन्ग, बट यू आर वेरी स्टिफ, राइट? सच एज Prashant. Okay, we have to work on mobility for Prashant to be a better runner. He's already a great runner, but if he works on his mobility, injuries फटाफट निकल जाते हैं and he runs great. But there is the other runner who is super flexible, very flexible, okay, able to touch toes, but strength is not there in the core and glutes. So this is the type of runner जिसको हमको focus करना है strength पे. Okay, so what your injury patterns are, what your performance needs, आपको PB लानी है तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि आपको strength पे काम करना है, mobility पे काम करना है. But जिसको mobility करना है उसको खाली mobility नहीं करना है, strength तो चाहिए ही ना. As a runner, strength is primary. Where do you need strength as a runner? Core. Absolutely. And what is the core? Core is not just abs. Okay, this is a big myth. Please clear that. And as a runner, if you think core is abs, then you are going to be in trouble. Because सिर्फ ab work करके कोई runner fast भागा नहीं है आज तक. Injuries आती है. Abs को भूलो. Figure out about your glutes. Your glutes have to be strong. Your gluteus maximus and your gluteus medius. These two muscles must be very strong. और इसके लिए unilateral training करना जरूरी है. Standing on one leg, what are the glute work that you are doing? All my runners, they will do mat exercises, which is for glutes, gluteus medius and glute max exercises along with abs. Abs भी करना है. And then transition to standing exercises and then unilateral exercises. Okay, so if you feel that your strength training is not on par, then you can message me. I can send you something that will help you to get started. Those of you who are already with a coach, already in a group, it's done for you. You don't need to necessarily worry because a coach who is into running and marathons, definitely they are working on your glutes and core. Don't need to worry. This is for people who don't have that guidance, or if you think कि strength training अभी हो ही नहीं है, that's a big risk factor. Okay, ITB, knee pain, heel pain, all of that is coming from your core and glutes not being strong. ठीक है? All right. So, how frequently should you be doing your strength training routine? Okay, another mistake that runners are making, अभी माइलेज करना है, पर माइलेज पे कम फोकस करके स्ट्रेंथ पे ज्यादा फोकस करना है. अगर आप सिर्फ माइलेज के पीछे अब भी भागोगे एंड दिसंबर में तो माइलेज करना ही है आपको, बराबर, एंड देन यू विल टेपर इन अर्ली जैन. सो इफ यू आर गोइंग टू बी if you don't do strength workout now and pick up a lot of mileages here, of course people on full marathon track for Mumbai, that's different because abhi mileages are quite high already, but make sure you complement that with your strength training routine. Twice a week minimum you should be doing strength work, okay, which includes your core and glutes, and once a week full mobility workout has to be done. It can be a 30-minute foam rolling and stretching session. It can be sports massage. It can be yoga. It can be anything that is intense for mobility. If these things are not happening, trust me, all your injury problems are coming from this. So address this right away. Strength abhi karo, mobility ko bhulo mat. How many here are already doing foam rolling regularly? Great. Regularly matlab? Twice a week? Twice a week. After every run. After every run. So that's great. I think we have the best runners here. Okay, so people online, please tell me, how frequently are you foam rolling? Because whatever your injury is, I don't care कहाँ पेन है आपको, आप फोम रोलिंग करोगे तो ये धीरे धीरे आपका पेन जाने ही वाला है. Okay, foam roller. Everybody has a grid roller like this, or you have a flat one. Decathlon का वो छोटा है थोड़ा. You're doing a half.
Between these and the one with the dots, which one is better?
This is the best one. So if you have a roller which has grooves like this is the best, because your जो वो flat वाला है ना, it will go on the surface, but this will go in the fascia. What are we trying to do with foam rolling is we want to open the fascia underneath the muscle. जब वो fascia open होगी, उसके बाद आप stretch करोगे तो आपकी mobility उतनी बढ़ेगी, muscle elongation उतना अच्छा आएगा. Okay, so foam roller का पूरा playlist है. I will send that to you because बहुत गड़बड़ करते हैं runners. Foam rolling में भी. There are a lot of wrong techniques that get used. Glutes तो every runner is doing wrong. Glutes wrong होता है, IT भी गलत होता है. These two definitely गलत होता है. Calf runners करते हैं लेकिन वो ठीक से नहीं होता है. For example, calf में भी you need to look at gastroc, which is the top muscle. Soleus को भी करना होता है. Because cramp necessarily doesn't always happen in the gastrocnemius. It can be either one. So if you forget नीचे वाला part, तो वहाँ cramp आ जाएगा. Yeah, your heel pain and all those are coming from there. Okay. All right. You have the phone? Okay. Obviously, warm up, cool down, I don't need to tell you about, correct? All that is taken care of. Warm up, cool down, 8 to 10 minutes warm up. Warm up includes warming up the heart, but also the joints and muscles. Yes? Cool down, mein, are you doing cool down, mein, are you doing stretching?
Yes.
Holding for 30 seconds each?
Yes.
Because that's what needs to happen. Research has shown us anything less than 20-25 seconds of holding for any muscle group is not useful. उससे अच्छा आप stretch करो ही मत. अगर कर रहे हो तो ठीक से करो. और उसमें मैं 30 seconds बोलती हूँ क्योंकि आप कितना fast count कर रहे हैं मुझे पता नहीं. Fast count करोगे तो वो 30 is probably what 10 seconds. So I say 30 seconds, 3 repetitions for all muscle groups जो आपने use किए running में. कौन से मसल ग्रुप्स यूज किए रनिंग में बताओ. व्हाट आर द मोस्ट कॉमनली यूज्ड मसल्स इन रनिंग? Hamstrings, glutes, calf. Okay. So all are right questions, right answers. What should be used now? What are the muscles that should be used? Primarily, we should be using our glutes. Okay, पर क्या वो हो रहा है? ये सवाल आपको अपने आप से पूछना है. क्या आप glutes use कर रहे हो रनिंग करते वक्त? कैसे समझेगा?
It all depends upon the form what you are using.
Exactly. So it depends one on the form, but it also depends on whether your glutes are capable of doing that or not.
That the core is
Strong or not. If the core is not strong to begin with, आपका form कितना भी अच्छा होने दो, एक्टिवेट ही नहीं होंगे ग्लूट्स. ओके, आई कॉल दिस ग्लूट डेफिशिएंट रनिंग. अगर ग्लूट स्ट्रांग नहीं है और आपका फॉर्म सही है तो नहीं होगा, या आपका फॉर्म बिगड़ा हुआ है लेकिन ग्लूट स्ट्रांग है तो भी गड़बड़ है. आप यूनिलैटरल ड्रिल्स ग्लूट्स के लिए नहीं कर रहे हो, मैट एक्सरसाइजेस में आप प्लैंक मस्त प्लैंक कर लोगे, साइड प्लैंक भी सुपर्ब हो रहा है, बट द मिनट यू स्टैंड एंड रन, glutes are still not working. That happens. Why? Because you've not trained in a functional way. Functional is what? Standing, walking, running. This is function. Your strength training has to be done functionally. Mat bhi karna hai, don't get me wrong. But does that translate into running? Okay, I know runners who say they have very strong abs and very strong glutes. And that's true when I do an assessment. Still when I'm doing the video, glute deficient running. Because they neuromuscularly वो हुआ ही नहीं है, connect ही नहीं हुआ है. So what can you do? You can activate your glutes before you run. जैसे आप वार्म अप करते हो, वार्म अप में थोड़े glute activation exercises add कर दो. Okay, and there are some simple ones that are available on the net also. If you go to YouTube and look at glute activation exercises, I have a set that I teach for glute activation. You need to do some mat, some standing, some walking. Glutes activate करो, and then the minute you start running, automatically hoga, because now neuromuscularly you have wired your body, right? This is the kinetic chain. You guys have seen my checklist, runner's checklist. You guys have seen. You've not seen it, na? Okay. So I can send that to you guys. Huh. It's basically all the things that as a runner you should be aware of. Usme one point is kinetic chain. Kinetic chain is, do your feet talk to your core and glutes? What does that mean? Are they connected? या glutes अपना ही काम कर रहा है या कुछ कर ही नहीं रहा है और खाली calf काम कर रहा है रन करते वक्त? Yes, the neuromuscular connection between your brain, your glutes, all the way down to your feet must be there for runners. Cyclist को मैं नहीं बोलती हूँ ये, जरूरत ही नहीं है उनको. But for a runner, it's very important. Okay, so glutes have to be used the maximum. If you are glute deficient, how will you find out? Do a slow motion run video from the back, from the side. Okay, but of course, sometimes खुद से नहीं समझता है. You might need your coach to look at it. Or of course, when we do gait analysis, that's one of the things that we check. We look at you run and then I can give you pointers on what needs to change. So today, who were the two first people who came? You both, na? हाँ. Okay. So yes, so glutes should be used. If it's not, please address that and start working on your glutes. Do it now. Don't wait next month करूँगा, next month हो जाएगा, देखेंगे बाद में. नहीं, अभी करो. अभी चालू करो, आज चालू करो. Because if your glutes are going to get strong, you need time for them to start activating during your runs. So, if the glutes are not activated and not really functional during the running, what are the muscles that you're using then? More. Calf.
That's
And?
very easy.
Yes, so then you're overloading the calf. Because of that, now what has happened?
Cramp and tendinitis.
Cramp, foot tendinitis, insertional tendinitis, heel pain, Achilles tendinitis, ITB. ITB का knee pain, outer lateral knee pain. Leading cause is glute deficient running or weak glutes, right? Okay. Now let's talk about, so calf जितना कम use होगा better है. How can you ensure that? Do some foam rolling before that. Activate your glutes. So foam rolling and stretching for the calf, activating your glutes. Okay, so your body is prepped for that, and then when you run, वो automatically होगा. So you can try that if that works for you. The second muscle that gets used is your quad. Most runners say they get soreness. Soreness is a great way to understand ना आपने क्या muscle use किया running में. कौन सा muscle सबसे sore होता है? Quads.
Yeah.
Quads, right? Calf and quads. That tells you that's what's getting used. Glutes and quads need to be used. Glutes more, quad less. Okay, वो flip करो. आज अगर quad ज्यादा use हो रहा है तो वो flip करो. अगर calf ज्यादा use हो रहा है quad से भी तो बिल्कुल गड़बड़ है. Then definitely all your injuries are coming from there. So pay attention to where the soreness is coming from. Soreness is great. We need to understand na, what muscles we are using. That's how we understand. But somebody asked me about soreness also. What to do? Do you guys have a lot of soreness? Some people asked me soreness का क्या करें? If there is a lot of soreness, then of course your next run will not be so great. ना आप इतना अच्छे से perform नहीं कर पाओगे. So to reduce soreness, your food makes a big difference. Protein intake within the 1 hour. Hydration, is your body well lubricated? Are your joints well lubricated? That is coming from your electrolytes and your water. If your protein intake is good, within 1 hour, vegetarian ho, make sure you're getting some vegetarian, high dense protein vegetarian sources right after the marathon is over. Right? Immediately afterwards. Immediately अगर नहीं हो रहा है, within 1 hour करो. Foam rolling and static stretches. ये होना चाहिए immediately afterwards, after the run. Okay? Okay. Yes. Yes.
So while running, what I have observed, like I have run around 8 to 10 half marathons till now. So what I have observed is, if you are taking a water and water only, better than that is to take more and more electrolytes. I've personally seen a difference in the.
Obviously, that's what I just said, na?
Because your body is losing a lot of.
Is losing salts. Water does not contain electrolytes.
So if you take aerosols and salt water, that is more helpful. I've observed.
But that's exactly what I said. That dehydration doesn't mean सिर्फ पानी से नहीं होता है. And the rule of thumb is every 20 minutes of running, you should be having some amount of liquid. So it can be your electrol or it can be water. It cannot be only water. It cannot be only electrolyte also. Do not do excessive electrolyte also. Right? Whatever your body needs, उतना ही दो. वो कैसे होगा? ट्रायल एंड एरर से ही समझेगा आपको ना. अब जैसे रन करोगे, एवरी रन में आई वुड से ऑल्टरनेट. सो अगर 2 बार पानी पी रहे हो तो तीसरी बार इलेक्ट्रोलाइट पियो. हाँ, so that takes care of that. Correct. It's designed like that. It's designed like that. So, but excessive भी नहीं करना. If your body tells you you're not needing it right now, don't do. Just because the station is there doesn't mean that you have to do it. Okay? Everybody is very different. Your needs are very different from your needs. So, ट्रेनिंग रन्स में वो आपको समझेगा कितना आपके बॉडी को जरूरत है, प्लस एग्जैक्ट सेम वट एवर यू आर यूजिंग फॉर एवरी सिंगल ट्रेनिंग रन वही यूज करना है। अगर आपको पता है कि मैराथन डे पे कुछ और प्रोडक्ट होने वाला है, यूज होने वाला है, बिकॉज इट डिपेंड्स ऑन हु इज स्पॉन्सरिंग दैट मैराथन, राइट? इफ यू आर यूजिंग फास्ट एंड अप और उस दिन फास्ट एंड अप नहीं है तो क्या करोगे? कैरी और फास्ट एंड अप, कैरी योर स्टाफ, whatever you are used to वो कैरी करो, वो रेडी रहना चाहिए। या फाइंड आउट बिफोर हैंड नेवी में कौन है स्पॉन्सर, हु इज द न्यूट्रिशन पार्टनर, okay, find out, are you training according to that, what is your one big goal? मुंबई मैराथन है कि नेवी है कि टाटा अल्ट्रा है, क्या है, और उसमें क्या है वो अभी से प्रैक्टिस करो, रिवर्स इट, because that makes a big difference in the cramping also and how you will feel at the end of the day. मर मर के मैराथन नहीं खत्म करना है ना, you want to finish it happy, you want to feel good at the end. I have a classic picture of Arzan, yeah, there, a huge injury and pain wouldn't go, and then of course we treated him right at the end and he was just 2-3 days before also there was pain and then of course it went, but the picture is finish line but you need to be happy na. I've kept his picture, I show him, I love that photo of him because that happiness is to be seen when you finish your marathon without pain, with your PB and happy, that's what you want. Okay, what is the next? Okay, any questions so far?
One thing.
Yes.
You were saying how you need to activate the glutes.
Activate glutes. Exercises. Yes, yes, yes.
What are the most of the time you go during on the road to start our warm up and everything. Foam rolling can be done on the road, right?
Correct.
That will take about 10 minutes.
बराबर है। नहीं, फोम रोलिंग से एक्टिवेट नहीं होता है ना, नहीं।
So
फोम रोलिंग इज फॉर आफ्टर। हाँ, लेट मी ऑल्सो टेल यू दैट व्हेन टू यूज द फोम रोलर। हाँ, now for somebody like, sorry I keep bringing you up Prashant because I know your body so well. Prashant has a very stiff body. अगर उसको अच्छे से परफॉर्म करना है तो he needs to open his body. He is already strong. Strength का कोई इशू ही नहीं है. So he doesn't need to do so much activation exercises. He needs to open his body before he runs. He will do foam rolling before his run. आराम से मस्त निकल जाएगा. But he also needs to do after because muscles tight होने ही वाले हैं. So he needs to do after. So that is for somebody who is stiff runner. Then you should do your foam rolling before and after. But if you are not a stiff runner, if you deal more with strength and you are decently flexible, then only do the foam rolling afterwards. पहले activate करो. Is that clear? How to activate? So exercise I'll show you today. Okay. Now, if you want your marathon to go well, these are the things that you should be doing right now. आपके क्या injury warning signs हैं? Pay attention to them now. Everybody has some warning signs. What are those warning signs? What are those warning signs? Pain, soreness, cramps, stiffness, feeling of heaviness. Okay, these are all warning signs. The warning signs are telling you कि कुछ होने वाला है. और a warning sign can also be, मेरे last 4-5 marathons में ना, ये एक problem मुझे हमेशा आई है. अभी कुछ नहीं है, लेकिन previously था. Like for example, my last TMM के वक्त पे all my runners who came just before the marathon for treatment, उनको सबको मैंने वापस पकड़ा है अभी. मैं treat ही नहीं करूंगी मैं तुमको बाद में. अभी काम करो. That injury cannot come back. Okay, because you have that vulnerability that will come back if you don't take care of it. So do your strength work, do the physio stuff now, so that end में treatment की जरूरत ना पड़े. Right? That's what I would encourage. If you have to be in touch with your sports physio, be in touch now. Do something now. Understand your injury patterns. Listen to your body. Don't keep running on pain. Pain है तो भी भाग रहे हो, भाग रहे हो, भाग रहे हो. The rule of thumb is, if your pain level during your run, one, in the beginning of the run pain कम है, and then gradually pain बढ़ रहा है, and it keeps increasing with the mileage. That is a sign that you need to stop and address that right away. The other thing is what? Severity of pain. You should know to rate your severity of pain. How bad is my pain? You should know. अभी मैं भाग रहा हूँ, when I started, the pain was a 2. As I keep going, my pain goes up to a 5 and 6 and a 7. That's not okay. Any pain that's going over a 4 on the VAS scale, you need to address that medically now. And that means what? Just show your sports physio. No?
There is one more scenario I would find. What I'm
Sure.
During the run, it's only slight signal that pain happens, but it happens actually after I've completed the run after 2-3 hours.
This is another one. This is another one. So this also happens quite a bit. I know runners जो बोलते हैं कि रन के टाइम पे कुछ नहीं होता है. जैसे ही रन खत्म हुआ और घर आए, कूल बॉडी थोड़ी कूल डाउन हुई कि द पेन विल कम. This happens with ITB a lot. ITB में if it is so severe, then it will not allow you to bend the knee only. It will be that painful. You'll not be able to run. But there are other which is not इतना intense जो नहीं हुआ होता है, they get afterwards. That doesn't mean it's not a running injury. It is a running injury. And that needs to be treated. Because आज आप रन कर रहे हो, रन के बाद अगर पेन 2 है, अगर आप उस पे भागते जा रहे हो, नेक्स्ट टाइम वो 4, 5, 6, 7, 9 तक पहुंचेगा, फिर क्या करोगे? फिर बंद ही करना पड़ेगा रनिंग. Right? These are injury signs. Listen to your body. Don't keep running through pain. Address that now.
Unfortunately, it happens like this now. When the start line से एकदम pace पकड़ के भागना शुरू कर.
I already covered that. कि cramps usually happen there. Also, this kind of pain injuries happen there. कि people get insecure for PB. तो starting में push किया तो खत्म. So वो पहले से plan होना चाहिए कि what is your pacing technique.
How to resolve this ITB during that?
I'll come to that. Invest in strong core and glutes. I already told you about that. I have a done circuit. If you're interested in the core and glutes ka circuit, then please let me know. Stretching aggressively, 30 seconds, 3 to 5 repetitions per muscle group. Glutes, ITB, inner thigh, hamstrings, quads, calves, and shin. These are all the muscles that need to be stretched aggressively. Okay. Vitamin D, please monitor karo. That's the blood test that I was telling you about. That I'll tell you what to do. Running form, have you guys ever checked? How is your running form? This would be a good time to do that. You'll not be able to make drastic changes in your running form. But if you are aware, certain small things change kar sakte ho, and sometimes small changes only make a big difference.
Yeah.
So try to get one analysis done. For 2 people today we are doing, but like I said, next weekend we are doing. It changes over time. But if you never know what you have now, what matters to you now, na? आगे क्या करना है वो बाद में देखेंगे. पर अभी का मैराथन के लिए you have to be best prepared. For that you need to know your running posture now.
What I assume is that from marathon to marathon, from race to race, sometimes the posture gets changed.
Of course, that depends on your fatigue pattern. That depends on whether you've slept well or not last night. It depends on whether your nutrition में कुछ तुमने change कर दिया क्या. So many factors are there, but your baseline should be there.
You need to even monitor the change also, because one correction leads to another issue also. Like I was.
Of course, that happens. Muscle imbalance हो जाता है फिर. If you try to correct too quickly. That's why it is better to do it with somebody like an expert, ना. नहीं तो DIY से गड़बड़ हो सकती है. Okay. हाँ. Now, one important topic is running shoes. All these injuries, ITB, heel pain, plantar fasciitis, all this comes from possibly incorrect shoes. Okay, when I do the gait analysis, that's a big element of that, helping you figure out the right shoes for you. Why? Because I have seen sometimes injury है, pain है, कितना भी treatment किया जाता नहीं है, shoes गलत था, shoes change किया, या size गलत था, size change किया, pain चला गया. Sometimes it can be that powerful. Not for everybody, but for some. So knowing what are the right shoes for you makes a big difference, especially if you already have knee pain, shin, Achilles tendonitis, heel pain. अगर ये सब है तो अभी shoes आपका पता करो कौन सा आपके लिए correct है. People who have overpronated feet, अगर flat foot is extreme, but overpronation is where you see your feet dropping inwards. These are the people who will need stability shoes. Shoes should have some stability inside. आर्च मीडियल आर्च सपोर्ट होना चाहिए. अगर वो नहीं है तो that leads to that problem. Other group of runners who have problem are very high arch, very high arches. Okay, these are also people who have, you have high arches and you have heel pain. Achilles tendonitis, heel pain that comes usually, I have seen it more in supinators, people who run on the outer border of the feet who are very high arches. So you should know that. उसके हिसाब से अपने shoes correct करो, ठीक से लो. Then the problem, at least that part you've taken care of. So your running form, check now. Your strength routine, your mobility routine, अभी fix करो. Figure out what you're supposed to be done. Cramping अगर है तो अभी उसको resolve करो. Blood test करो. Foam rolling नहीं कर रहे हो तो अभी चालू करो. Okay, these are the things that need to happen right away. All right, let's look at quickly. Sorry, blood test. No, yeah. So I said serum electrolytes, calcium, B12, D3, magnesium. Okay, plantar fasciitis. Plantar fasciitis, Kavita had few people have asked me. So plantar fasciitis is pain on the bottom of the heel, नीचे अगर pain है. This can most likely come from either the calf having lot of trigger points, dry needling, taping एक session, few sessions अगर करोगे, shoes fix करोगे, calf को foam roll करो, stretch करो, तो this pain does usually go away. If it is very severe, like the VAS scale is over a 5 or a 6 or a 7, और बहुत टाइम से चल रहा है, आपने अब तक इग्नोर किया है उसको, the longer you are ignoring your injury, the longer it is going to take to reverse that. I know runners who have heel pain for years. Every marathon they do with heel pain only. और फिर वो बढ़ते ही जाता है every marathon, but they still don't do anything about it. So what are you doing? You're causing structural change inside. अगर एक बार structural change आ गई, hypertrophy of the muscle happened, the fascia gets tighter and tighter, then it becomes irreversible. At some point, then it's not treatable only. फिर इंजेक्शन करना पड़ेगा, स्पर निकालना पड़ेगा, all that needs to happen. So we don't want to go there. We want to prevent it as quickly as possible. So very easy to do, na? That's plantar fasciitis. Achilles tendonitis is pain जो पीछे होता है, heel के पीछे वाले एरिया में. Again, causes are very similar. Weak glutes, wrong shoes, tight calf. But I've also seen more and more. I'm seeing a lot of runners come in with shin muscles, जो ऊपर के मसल है वो वीक होंगे या adductors वीक होंगे. Adductors are inner thigh muscles. These two muscle groups और ankle strength में inverters, everters अगर weak है. This we are finding a lot in the runners with this type of injury. But of course that you will need to get it checked. So physio can check the strength of the whole kinetic chain and tell you what is off, and then according to that ऐसा भी होता है कि one side is weak and one side is strong. So what will you do? आप खाली blindly strength training करोगे तो क्या हो रहा है? सब strong हो रहा है, उसमें जो strong है वो और strong हो रहा है, और जो weak है वो weak ही रह रहा है, बराबर है? So what do you need to do? You need to do unilateral. You need to do that one side that is weak. उसको पहले strong करो, फिर general strength training करो. Okay, so if you think about that कि weak वाले को strong बनाओ और फिर run करो, rather than strengthening both of them together. Yeah, insertional tendon, everything comes from there. Foam rolling, this will be in every solution for everything. Foam rolling. Shin splints.
How do you suggest this icing also?
Ice also, I'll tell you that. I'm coming to that. Shin splints, I want to talk about. A lot of people do have shin splints in this group. Shin splints is basically pain on the front of the leg. You understand what shin is. Now, अगर आपको नी पेन है, हील पेन है और कोई भी कहीं भी पेन है ना, आप भाग लो चलेगा. अगर आपको शिन स्प्लिंट्स है तो आपको ये डॉक्टर को दिखाना जरूरी है, फिजियो को, स्पोर्ट्स फिजियो को दिखाना जरूरी है, क्योंकि शिन में फ्रैक्चर्स होते हैं, स्ट्रेस फ्रैक्चर्स होते हैं. ओके, I know runners who did not listen. They were told by the doctor they had shin injury, bilateral, both together. Kept running on it, was told to stay off running, let it heal. नहीं सुना, runners सुनते हैं नहीं सुनते. हाँ, सो रेस्ट तो करना ही नहीं है. सो रेस्ट बोला, वॉक करने बोला तो ओ माय गॉड, the heavens will fall, ऐसा होता है. So we try not to tell you to do complete bed rest. That's never one of the options, except if it's just shin splints. ये ठीक नहीं होता है unless you give it some rest. Now shin splints में भी दो है, वो चेक करके ही पता चलता है whether it is muscular origin और bony origin. अगर muscular origin है ये फिजियो से ठीक हो जाता है, अगर ये bony origin है इसको रेस्ट देना ही पड़ता है. सो अगर जिसको आज शिन स्प्लिंट्स है, आपके स्पोर्ट्स फिजियो के साथ कल का अपॉइंटमेंट लो और चेक कराओ. क्योंकि अगर आप नहीं इसको इग्नोर कर रहे होगे अभी, अगर तो टुवर्ड्स द एंड स्ट्रेस फ्रैक्चर होने का हाई चांसेस है. That, and if you have pain on metatarsals, lot of people ask me, you understand metatarsals? Foot, outer side of the foot, these last 3 foot के वहां अगर पेन है, that's another area of stress fractures. Okay, last 2 या 3, अगर वहां पेन है इसको भी लाइटली नहीं लेना है. स्ट्रेस फ्रैक्चर हो जाएगा फिर तो पूरा एक रनिंग सीजन निकल जाएगा आपका, कुछ नहीं कर सकोगे. So do something now. The rest of them are easily treatable. Runner's knee. Runner's knee is pain on the front, सामने, knee पे सामने pain होता है. Lot of runners will say that they have pain either in the front of the knee or they feel like it's a deep within. If there is a lot of swelling associated with the runner's knee, then it is in a state of inflammation right now. So this is a time to rest, but also the time to do some medical help right now. अगर swelling है तो swelling, pain accompanied by swelling is worse than only pain. Please remember that. और अगर swelling है तो इसको दिखाना जरूरी है immediately. And then you don't want to foam roll then, by the way. Okay, that's the only time I will say that don't do foam rolling. All right, overtraining. बिग कॉज, क्वाड यूज हो रहा है, होते जा रहा है, रिकवरी की नहीं है, ओवरट्रेनिंग किया है, लीडिंग कॉज फॉर नी पेन. शू इनकरेक्ट है, इफ यू आर ओवर प्रोनेटेड, आपका शू इनफ स्टेबिलिटी नहीं दे रहा है, मैल अलाइनमेंट हो रहा है, दैट्स अ लीडिंग कॉज फॉर रनर्स नी. ओके, ग्लूट मैक्स एंड ग्लूटियस मीडियस अगर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं है, ग्लूट मैक्स मोस्टली, ऑल्सो अनदर कॉज फॉर रनर्स नी. राइट, सो यू आर सीइंग द पैटर्न. A lot of the injuries, the causes are very similar. So if you are able to go through that checklist and correct all of those, then जो भी injury है आज वो निकल जाएगी. But specifically for that foam rolling and stretching, I can show you. ITB में generally it is because of weak gluteus medius, the outer glute muscle that is usually weak. But इसके साथ ITB tightness भी होती है. So if you rush and do from the net, you will remove gluteus medius exercises and you will start doing them. What will happen? The problem will get worse. Because first you have to calm it down. You have your ITB, which is this area, has to relax first. You might need to do dry needling. You might need to do a lot of foam rolling and stretching. Once it settles, then address the strength issue. सब एक साथ मत करो. Hamstring pull, very common. Okay. Anybody who takes medicine and runs here? No ना, पेन है देख लेंगे, मैराथन के दिन एक गोली लेके भाग लेंगे, ऐसे हो है कोई है? First half marathon because you were scared. Yeah, but now you know better.
I was already having this Achilles tendon, so because of that.
So bad idea. Never take medicines. You don't know the changes that happen. The biggest thing is जब आप मेडिसिन लेते हो वो क्या करता है, वो कवर अप कर देता है. तो अगर रनिंग के टाइम पे पेन आ रहा है, पेन इज अ गुड थिंग ना, इट टेल्स यू कुछ गड़बड़ चल रही है, तो आप करेक्ट करोगे, कुछ फॉर्म चेंज करोगे, वॉक कर लोगे, स्लो कर लोगे पेस. अगर वो नहीं किया और आप भागते जा रहे हो, आई हैव सीन मसल टेयर्स, काफ टेयर्स हैपन फ्रॉम देयर. सो अकीलीज टेंडन कंप्लीट रप्चर, आई हैव सीन दोस, फुल रप्चर. All right, now if you have any of these issues right now, what are you going to do? I've told you the red flags. If your pain scale right now is anything more than a 4 or a 5, you need to show your sports physio now. Don't wait till next month. Do it right now and correct it right away. जितना जल्दी करोगे उतना जल्दी ठीक होगा. But if it is pain that's not so much, alternate runs में आ रहा है, every run में नहीं आ रहा है, या pain scale is only 1 to 2, it never goes up very high. Still, I would say it's better to always show, but you can self-treat these. How will you self-treat? With a lot of ice. Runners never need to use a hot pack. Never. Okay, always use an ice pack. Because when you run, already there is a lot of inflammation that is created in the body. Hot pack करोगे वो और inflame करेगा. You want to cool it down, right? So how are you going to cool it down? You're going to use an ice pack. Inflammation will come under control and the pain अगर चालू भी होने वाला होगा तो नहीं होगा. So that's a preventive thing that you will do. I tell my runners, अगर आपको पहले ITB injury हो चुकी है ना, after every long run, whether pain हो या ना, घर आके ice करने का. Okay? Rule of thumb. Finished. So you are preventing it from starting in the first place. आइस कितना करना है, कैसे करना है, इसमें भी गड़बड़ होती है. अगर आपने एक बार आइस किया, 2 बार आइस किया, छोड़ दिया, not enough. Ask yourself, if you are self-treating yourself, are you doing 3 times a day, 10 minutes of ice pack along with some amount of compression? Okay, you understand compression? अगर नी पे रखा है, tie it with a crepe bandage. Make sure it's properly supported there. Okay, that's important. How many times a day is also important. If you do once a day, it's going to take, I don't know, 15-20 days for the injury to reduce. But if you do it compressed, 3 days, 4 days, non-stop ice karo. In fact, our acute injuries, I tell them every 2 hours, next 2 दिन और कुछ करना ही नहीं, खाली ice करना है. Every 2 hours, remove an ice pack and put. On the weekend, at least you can do that, right? So इतना aggressively अगर ice करोगे तो ठीक होगा. So rule of thumb, first 24 to 48 hours में you'll do aggressively ice packs. After and at that time you want to do rest. And I'm not saying rest मतलब कुछ नहीं करो ऐसा नहीं बोल रही हूँ. Run मत करो. या रन कर रहे हो मॉडिफाइड करो, कम करो, शॉर्टर डिस्टेंस रखो. अगर आपको पता है कि मेरा 12 किलोमीटर्स के बाद रन पेन चालू होने वाला है, do 5 and 6. Don't push it till there, right? You can do shorter runs. You can do easy pace runs. Avoid hills. Things like that. Before Satara, we get a lot of, because itni hill training करके all the pain, overtraining में pain all increases. So close to marathon, try not to get in trouble. If there is trouble now, fix it now. Okay. After 48 hours, if your pain has reduced with movement, short run में pain कम है, then you can start movement, which means you can test it a little bit and see. If your pain usually starts at 12 kilometers, you will continue to do your short runs. You will do your ice pack with compression. You will do your foam rolling and stretching. You may or may not see your physio. Do all that, then do a trial run of exactly 12 to 13 and see what's happening. Pain kabhi chalu ho raha hai. In fact, when we treat runners, we tell, ye Shivaji Park hai na, we tell them go round maar ke aao. So tell me when the pain is starting. Tell me the severity of pain. Based on that, then we treat. So that thing you can do. All right. So what should you be doing? Either a functional assessment just to figure out where you stand. That's a great place to start. And this is the right time to do that. That will help you understand whether strength पे काम करना है, mobility पे काम करना है, shoes correct है कि नहीं या गलत है, what your kinetic chain is active or not, your running posture is correct or not. These are things that the gait analysis will tell you. So this is a great time to do that. If you've never done one, please do one ASAP. I also do them online, but it is best if you can come here and I can do it by myself. And foam rolling. Okay, it's a must. It's not optional for runners. Foam rolling karna hai matlab karna hai. After every run he is doing. No? He also has a busy life, just same like you. So it's possible. But if you can't do it every run, at least after your long runs you should be doing. But twice a week se kam karoge to fir then it's matlab ka nahi hai. Okay. The other thing is sports massage. How many of you guys do sports massage? Deep tissue, huh? not the relaxing massages. How frequent?
Monthly once.
Once a month. Okay. What about others?
Once or twice a month.
Once or twice a month. Excellent. And deep tissue, मतलब वो दुखना चाहिए. It should be painful. Then you know it is correct. We have a room here, massage room. हम दरवाजा बंद रखते हैं और बोलते हैं sound proof है. जितना चिल्लाना है चिल्लाओ अंदर. Okay, so others doing ना?
We take a normal massage. Very easy short sides.
For runners तो normal massage is like what? कुछ काम का नहीं है. Circulation बढ़ा के क्या होने वाला है? Circulation तुम्हारा बहुत अच्छा है. That's not the problem. The problem is when you run and you use the same muscles over and over, knots are forming that you don't realize. When the massage therapist does this, तभी समझ में आता है. Same thing foam rolling में समझेगा by the way. Foam rolling सब muscles पे करोगे ना, you will understand where your knots are.
Where the tightness is there.
So what happens, runners, they start foam rolling, then they say, अरे बहुत painful है, छोड़ दो भाई. But that's more reason to do it. अगर pain है foam rolling में, that's even more reason that you should foam roll. But the more you roll, the more the fascia opens, the more knots go away. You are going to become pain free. वो technique pain free हो जाएगी. फिर भी बंद नहीं करना है. If you are running, then you have to foam roll. If you don't run, then it's okay. Then you don't foam roll. Okay? So let's look at just a few exercises. Foam rolling, I think most of you are aware of, right? You guys know foam rolling techniques. Is that correct? Or not?
करते कैसे कई बार सुना
तुम ही करो आज. You'll move it back. Let's so we can remove this now. Actually, रहने दो. Dynamic drills, stretching, foam rolling. These are the things that you should be doing. So let's start with foam rolling. I'll give you at least 2-3 techniques जो होना ही चाहिए at every single point, and especially the ones I think that your most runners are doing wrong. So let's put a mat down here, and he's never done na. Who you come? तुम आगे आओ. इधर बैठो. Come. I'll give you the roller. I want you to start with glute rolling. Just see ठीक से दिख रहा है कि नहीं? Yeah. Show me what you're doing. Okay. All right. So wrong. Sorry. Okay.
I'm not a professional.
So
It's a wider one for groups.
Yeah.
everybody, I'm going to send you the foam rolling playlist. I want you to go through the playlist and do each exercise of all the muscles. मैं सब नहीं बताऊंगी आज, we don't have that much time. But I'm going to show you 2 to 3 techniques जो सब गलत कर रहे हैं. Glute rolling सब गलत करते हैं. So you're not at fault. Everybody does it wrong. चलो, sit on the roller.
This push is
Bend both your knees.
Okay.
Okay. Now cross one leg in a figure 4.
Okay.
Figure 4.
Figure 4. Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Figure 4 cross is important. Now, you've crossed the right leg.
Yeah.
So you will shift your body weight to the right side. Right
Okay.
butt.
Yeah, that's what.
Little bit more.
Little bit more.
More.
Okay.
So full body weight udhar karo, ab roll karo.
Okay.
This is the only way you're going to get glute.
also hold the right leg with the left hand.
No, if you want. पर और थोड़ा शिफ्ट कर सकते हो. Shift your body weight to the right butt more.
The width is actually it's for your right glute.
छोटा हो गया था ना.
बराबर है.
Means the right glute should sit on the roller.
रोलर का प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, रनर का प्रॉब्लम है. रोलर को गलत.
For the right glute right now.
Yes, this is for the right glute. Now show me left glute. शिफ्ट और थोड़ा शिफ्ट हो जाओ. शिफ्ट इनसाइड थोड़ा. हाँ, और थोड़ा इस तरफ शिफ्ट हो जाओ. गुड. नाउ ही इज रोलिंग द लेफ्ट ग्लूट. और थोड़ा शिफ्ट हो जाओ. टर्न योर, यस, it should be on the outer side of the glute. You're getting it? There will be a trigger point there on the outer glute area. वो रोलिंग तुम पहले कर रहे थे वैसे तो मिलेगा ही नहीं पॉइंट. ऐसे करोगे तो मिलेगा.
Yeah.
वो मसल तब एक्सपोज होता है.
Yes, ज़्यादा प्रेशर पड़ रहा है इसके ऊपर.
Okay, so this is the correct way to roll your glutes. Please start doing these correctly. Now, let's roll your ITB.
कभी नहीं किया.
नहीं, ITB तो करना ही है. सबका, all runners. It's tight and painful only.
I was doing only cramps.
At least every time तो कर रहे थे. So you get full marks for that.
Okay.
Okay, it was wrong, but ठीक है. Now you'll correct. All right. Let's go in a side plank position. Turn, face them so they can see.
Okay.
Side plank. Now, this is the starting position. Oh, keep your hips down. This foot in the front. Bend. You have to work on mobility thoda na.
Okay.
Here. Okay, now the roller goes here. Niche. Now you can lift your hips. Good. Knee straight, bottom knee straight, and roll. Got it? Who has done this before? Prashant.
I know that.
Prashant is a pro.
Come.
No, you're good. You're doing.
He hates being made guinea pig, but sorry, today
But I don't do it alone. I've done this on the dotted.
but you know how to do properly.
आराम से हो जाएगा.
Yes, okay, perfect. So, what is, ये भी सब गड़बड़ करते हैं. Everybody does this wrong. Side plank वाला position चाहिए, hand पे नहीं चाहिए, elbow पे चाहिए, body has to be straight, वो पैर आगे चाहिए. You guys understood the technique? Okay. Now let's do calf. Calf you do, na? और कुछ टाइम नहीं है तो ये 3 टेक्निक तो करो ही, but actually you should be doing all. Yes.
What
Yes.
I was doing
Left foot on the right.
like this only.
ठीक. So this is not wrong, but it can be better. How can it be better? Same position. Put your leg up. ये पैर को इसके ऊपर रखो.
Okay.
Now lift your hips up and roll. सिर्फ इसमें आप क्या कर रहे हो? This is rolling only the gastroc, which is ऊपर वाला muscle. बराबर. ये खत्म करो. 1 minute per muscle group, by the way.
Okay.
1 minute is very long when you are doing foam rolling. बहुत लंबा लगता है वो, पर करना जरूरी है. 30 seconds is also long. So that's one. Once you finish this, what will you do? You'll turn your foot inwards and get the medial aspect, the inner calf. बहुत सारे ट्रिगर पॉइंट सेंटर में नहीं बैठते हैं, साइड पे बैठते हैं. करो. Okay, cover the whole muscle if possible. Now what you'll do, third technique for the calf. Out. Turn your foot out and roll. ठीक है? So now he's finished gastroc. Now he's going to do soleus. Soleus is here. करो. Everybody with heel pain. This needs to happen. ITB. ITB roll करो. So in my playlist, it's there. I've shown you the rolling technique. I've shown you the stretch that needs to happen right after that, and trigger point release for that same muscle. Okay, so वो देख के अच्छे से करो. But at least these techniques you have to do.
Okay.
All right. Now stretching. Stretching for shin. Shin rolling I generally don't show, but what you can do is with Balan. Come. So sit. Okay, जिसको जिसको shin pain है, आपको ये करना है. Bend your knee. You come. उसके पैर exposed है इसलिए.
अच्छा. हाँ, better.
Better. Come. This is for people with shin pain, with insertional tendinitis, anything related to the foot. You guys need to be doing this along with the calf. So I want you to roll with the hand this part of the shin. Please remember that ये सामने bone है. Bone को touch नहीं करना है.
Muscle को touch करो.
इधर करना है. So you'll hold it diagonal. There you go.
और pressure लगाना पड़ेगा.
Pressure डालना है. जितना pressure डालोगे नीचे तक आओ. The muscle ends here. So you have to do the whole thing. Got it? इसको about 2 to 3 minutes you have to do. After that you'll do ice pack, not in the center. Not this way, it will only be diagonal. Okay, इसके बाद इसको stretch कैसे करोगे? वज्रासन में बैठो.
So this rolling has to be done from the lateral part of This inside part also.
That is calf. Inner side is calf. Calf के लिए foam rolling कर लिया ना. This is Vajrasan. Okay, now you can see that his ankles are so stiff. Do you see? You knew that? Ankles are very stiff क्योंकि flat नहीं जा रहे हैं. So mobility, need to work on mobility. So this will help stretch the shin. Now if he was more flexible, he could go back. Are you able to do that? There you go. पूरा आ रहा है ना pressure. Pressure. So do it as per your this thing. You can, अगर ये discomfort लग रहा है तो you can put some pillow or something. Okay, but you need to do this. Okay. All right. So that's for shin. Stretching, very important. How will you stretch your glutes? Glute stretching, figure 4 wala stretch, yeah, pigeon stretch. Somebody show me pigeon for everybody who is watching. Show me a good pigeon stretch. Runners के list of stretches में होना ही चाहिए. Vajrasan and pigeon. Pigeon is this.
This is Vajrasan.
This is Vajrasan. हाँ. This is pigeon. Put your head down. Good. Now, what is the pigeon stretch doing? What is it stretching? Glutes it's stretching. Right side glutes it's stretching. Left side hip flexors it's stretching. Somebody asked me about hip flexor issues. Hip flexor is also one of those muscles. या तो वो tight हो जाएगा. A lot of people have trigger points here. वो needling से चला जाता है. But if you don't keep stretching it, वो बार-बार वापस आते जाएगा. But the cause is what core and glutes are not strong. So that's a pigeon stretch. Okay. Now you were asking me glutes activation, glute activation. So come stand. You wanna come? So stand on one leg. Now to activate glutes before running, you can do bilateral glute squeeze. So just standing and squeeze both your glutes. Are you able to do that? Abhi try karo. Just standing normal both sides. Knee muscles activate नहीं होने चाहिए. Knee पे नहीं आना चाहिए. Only glutes have to activate. So just squeeze your glutes. Hold for a. Everybody want to try? I hope you're doing it.
Yeah,
Squeeze your glutes. Okay, activated. Now relax. Now do only one glute. No. Body weight on both legs. Now only squeeze one glute and show me. Only on the right. Make sure it's the other glute is not doing anything. Voluntarily एक glute activate होना चाहिए. Secondly, ab muscles pulled in नहीं होने चाहिए. Quad muscles tight नहीं होने चाहिए. Knee straight नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay, only that one glute should be active. Is that happening?
The knee should not be straight.
Knee should not lock. If it's locking, then you know that quad is tightening up. Keep it slightly relaxed, both the knees. Okay, so bilateral glute squeeze, single glute squeeze, they are decently activated now. Now, stand on one leg. Good. Now see if you can activate the, जिस पैर पे खड़े हो उसका glute activate करो. Able to do? Squeeze. Isometric contraction. Able to do? Now hold that position and right wala pair you will go into like a fire hydrant. You all understand fire hydrants. Fire hydrant is this. Outer side. Yes, without torso turning. Back straight rakho. In and out. Knee out and in. While this glute is squeezed.
Can we do this
Turn.
by taking some support or something like that?
तो मसल किधर काम किया? मसल काम करना है तो मसल को काम करने दो. Turn, face this way. What?
Balancing is also getting tested.
But balance is coming from strength, na?
Balance has to be there.
Balance is strength. Yes. So first standing, squeeze this glute and then leg in and out. इसमें क्या हो रहा है? Left glute max is working, right glute med is getting activated. Gluteus medius, the glute, outer glute muscle. Okay, now you see his body is wanting to shift to one side. That's because वहाँ कम है strength. So that means running में then it's probably not getting that strongly activated. Anybody else wants to do this one?
ऐसा वैसे ही करना.
Turn. Squeeze the glute first. Now, जितना पैर बाहर आएगा उतना Right now, glute med is not getting activated properly. This also needs to be strongly activated. जितना बाहर जाएगा जाने दो पैर. Do you feel the muscles working? If this is easy, you can do it with the loop band around the knees. Do the same exercise with loop bands. Yes. So that will activate more. पर इसमें activate होगा तो loop के साथ activate होगा. Okay. Now the third one. Come. Face them. Stand on one leg. Good. Squeeze the left glute. Got it? Once you squeeze your left glute, one glute, then the stability will come. Now you have to lean forward. Go as far as you can. ये पीछे का पैर पीछे आने दो. Good. Arms by your side. ये पैर पीछे आने दो. Good. Okay. Now you have to be able to maintain balance. What is working? Glutes are getting activated. Glutes. Isolating glutes right now. Both sides glutes are activated. Okay. So you can go in and out. Good. जितना नीचे जा सकते हो जाओ और जितना ये पीछे आएगा उतना better है. Without losing balance, obviously. Balance is strength. अगर strength है तो होगा. तो जितना होगा उतना करो. बस these are enough. Yeah. The stronger you are, the more you're able to maintain. Do on both sides because sometimes one side is weaker than the other. If you think कि एक side पे अच्छे से हो रहा है, दूसरे side पे नहीं हो रहा है, तो then what you'll do extra repetitions on the weak side.
That the left side is weaker most of the time, so the right side is weaker.
You know, yeah, sometimes I see glute max weak on right side, gluteus medius weak on the other side. So everybody is very different. वो check करके पता चलता है. But yeah, maybe as a rule of thumb, your dominant side can be, but that also means that injuries will either come on the dominant side because you're overusing, or it could come on the other side. Okay? Anything we've missed out on? Questions? I don't really care about socks. Socks generally, whatever. I don't really promote compression socks. एक बार टेपिंग करके रन करो, बट कंप्रेशन सॉक्स की आदत मत डालो. That's what I feel.
Post-run if you use it.
Huh?
For recovery. Post-run.
Post run you can do for recovery, yeah, to get the fluid going. But I only suggest compression socks for those runners who have shin and cramps का issue. But even then you address the cause ना. Cause तुमको पता होना चाहिए. इलेक्ट्रोलाइट imbalance है कि pacing में गड़बड़ है कि dehydration है, क्या है वो तो find out करो, या trigger points है calf में, right? Questions?
How about barefoot running? Because always we hear so much about barefoot running. Whether we spend so much on bike shoes.
One way to cut cost.
Yeah.
Barefoot running. Barefoot running shoes are also not cheap.
No, not barefoot running. No, directly barefoot without any shoes. Without any shoes.
Yeah. So
Some people do that.
No, you can run in barefoot shoes. I do that.
yeah, but there are people who run like you. Prashant is barefoot runner. Okay, you have any tips for everybody?
I use
Madhulika? I think we'll not be able to hear him. है ना?
I said there was not.
हाँ, that's what-
But it's a matter of getting used to.
correct.
But if you are making a transition from shoes to barefoot, then you talk to your physio and make it very slow.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, I think people online may not have heard you, Prashant. What Prashant is saying that he's been doing this for years and his body is adapted to it. Okay, so if you are, see, he is a very high-arched person. He is a strong guy. Like I know his body, so I'm saying. So for him, chances of injury were not high, right? So he was able to do barefoot. बहुत अच्छे से he's able to run. But people who have already injuries, they are overpronated, for example, yeah, flexibility, strength issues. Hai. For them, going barefoot suddenly can expose you to more injuries. Right? Especially like Prashant said, if you're transitioning from shoes to barefoot, then you should do it gradually with guidance. Example, stability shoe में run करने वाला runner जो recently that I saw and he immediately said नहीं एक दिन मैं shoes नहीं पहनने वाला हूँ, I'm going to start running barefoot. First 2 months nothing happened. Then the injury came so bad right on the shin that he had to stop running. Okay, so what should have happened? He should have gone from a stability shoe to a neutral or a minimal shoe. From a minimal shoe, run enough in a minimal to get your body adapted to that. Then transition to barefoot. And even for that, he could probably start with a Luna or, something like that. And then go completely barefoot.
It takes more than 6 months.
हाँ, वो transition, do it with that, मतलब slow pace पे करो. ऐसा फटाफट करने जाओगे तो short injury होता है. But there are a lot of very good barefoot runners. So I'm not against that.
Really good runner.
Yeah, of course. And they do very well. But the lightweight runners, no, for your people, na, maybe in your group you want to guide them. So for thinner runners, it is easier to transition. For heavyweight runners, I wouldn't take the chance. Then they need to be in more material. Yeah, support is important. The heavier the runner.
Carbon plated. Now I train basically all carbon plated. But I run on carbon plate during the race. Does it? How do we translate it? Because after carbon plate, the stiffness is less. Like it is
Because it's lightweight like that.
it is more stiff.
Because it doesn't allow the foot only to move.
Does it cause an injury? Can it promote an injury? Because you are running on a cushion shoes throughout the training and on the race.
Only on the race day, yeah. So,
You have to get it adopted also. That,
no, I know a lot of people who have race day shoes, which is fine. But if you're running in a stability shoe and you're doing race day shoe, which is super light and carbon plated and it has, then it can be an issue. But the race day shoe also, you should have run long runs in it.
2 runs before the.
तो कोई tension नहीं है.
Last week.
They don't last time.
Because they are made for race.
They're made for race. It's for race day only. So race day shoes, if you are doing it, also I to recommend that you should be running in 2 shoes simultaneously instead of just the 1 shoe. So your foot gets used to different shoe types.
Training that speed runs. You're doing your recovery.
Exactly. You can vary your shoe based on that. So shoes are a topic that I can speak for another 3 hours. Foam rolling is another topic I can speak for 3 hours. So I think we'll close the session here. And individually, whatever help you guys need, even people online, please be in touch. There is a lot of things that you can do. You can do a gait analysis, which is coming up. It's usually 2,000 per session, but next weekend pay, I'm doing Saturday and Sunday. We are doing it for less. I will send you the registration form, whoever is interested. Please sign up. This is a great time for running assessment. Foam rolling, abhi turant chalu karna hai. So my playlist will come to you. Please start that. Runner's guide, I don't know if you guys have. Some of you already have. But those of you who don't have, there is a lot of information in here about running, a lot of links to videos as well. Stretching exercise, everything is here. So if you want that, let me know and I can send that to you. Core and glutes. If you want a done program to work on your core and glutes, then ask me for it. I will send you that. Okay? So that's how you can improve your running. But of course, यहाँ से लेके मुंबई मैराथन तक अभी काफी टाइम है, तो अभी जितना अच्छे से you are going to prepare for it, you're going to do well there. हाँ, Navy ना? हाँ, December 8th. 19th. 19th. Yes. Always na? Always on the. Always third Sunday. Okay, but before that also you have marathons na? हाँ. So for that also you're going to prepare 10 days before your marathon. Take it easy, do a lot of mobility work, make sure your hydration and nutrition is excellent during that time. तब strength के पीछे मत भागना, अभी strength के पीछे भागना. Okay, but foam rolling भी करो और सही करो, properly करो. Okay, cool. All right, we are closing the session. Thank you all.